Hey everyone, I'm Jason with Ignite and Grow Coaching. For over 26 years now, I've helped people grow personally and professionally by helping them to strengthen their mindset, discipline, and confidence. Today, I want to talk about something that quietly costs us a lot more than we realize: the cost of waiting to say something. You see, a lot of us hold things in. We don't speak up because we're afraid. We're afraid of losing a relationship, afraid of creating conflict, afraid of being embarrassed, or even losing opportunities at work. For some of us, that comes from past experiences. At some point in our lives, we learned that staying quiet felt safer. But here's the problem: even though it doesn't look like it at first, the cost of staying quiet is usually higher than the cost of speaking up. Even if speaking up costs us something in the moment, it almost always puts us in a better position in the long run, even if that means moving on to something better for us. So I want to start with relationships. We don't want to create waves, so we keep our mouths shut. But over time, we start building resentment. And when we finally do say something, it doesn't come out calmly, it explodes. It comes out with frustration, anger, and other built up emotions. And now we've made the situation worse by trying to avoid making it worse. Now, let's talk about work. Maybe there's something happening that doesn't sit well with us. It might not even be something huge, but we don't say anything because we're afraid. So we stay quiet until it builds up. And eventually we shut down. Maybe we act differently, and because of that, we get passed over, or we walk away completely. Again, we made things worse by trying to avoid discomfort. Now, before I go any farther, I want to say something important. We do need to take time to process our emotions. We don't want to act immediately. We want to stop and ask ourselves, is this really about something they did, or is it something that I need to work through? Because not everything requires a conversation. But once we've processed it, we know it needs to be addressed, then we need to act. Let me give you a real life example from my own life, okay? So I had a boss at one point. I felt that they didn't communicate very well with me. They would say things in meetings that rubbed me the wrong way. And now, looking back, I know they were trying to motivate me. But at the time, it didn't feel that way. It felt frustrating and honestly a little condescending. At the same time, I wasn't producing the results that they needed from me. So now they're frustrated, I'm frustrated, and it's building. So we had a one-on-one meeting at one point, and you could feel the tension. We ended it early, and they said something like, what can I do to help you? And I responded, I don't know, let me think about it. Now, normally I probably would have just let it sit, kept it in, tried to deal with it on my own. But this time I decided to do something different. I took the day and I really thought it through. I processed my emotions and made sure that I wasn't just reacting. And then I wrote them an email. I was very intentional with it. I made sure it was respectful. But more than that, I didn't just blast them. So part of processing my emotions was having to be honest with myself about where I was falling short too. That was probably the hardest part, admitting that I wasn't perfect in the situation either. And I made an effort to see things from their point of view before I hit send. Because I knew if I could understand where they were coming from, they'd be more open to hearing where I was coming from. So I acknowledged what they were trying to do, making progress in our department. I acknowledged the positive impact they were trying to make. But I was also honest when I told them the way this is being communicated isn't motivating me. It's actually having the opposite effect. And then I told them what would help me to perform better. I even had a couple of people that I trusted read it before I sent it, just to make sure that it came across the right way. I'll be honest, I was super nervous. And I even went to the worst case scenario in my mind that this might get me fired. But I also knew that if I didn't say something, nothing was going to change. The next morning, they put a meeting on my calendar, and I walked in expecting the worst. But instead, they apologized. I truly believe it's because I didn't come at them with accusations. I came at the situation with respect and a desire to improve. And from there, we built a better way to communicate. We created a system that worked for both of us. And over time, my performance improved significantly. I actually ended up becoming one of the top managers in the company. And none of that would have happened if I had stayed quiet. I probably would have continued struggling. My frustration would have grown, and either I would have quit or been let go. And it doesn't always turn out that clean, I know, but it almost always turns out better than staying silent. Because when we address things early, calmly, and intentionally, we give ourselves a chance to strengthen our bond, create clarity, set boundaries, and move forward. And even at work, those conversations can open doors. They can give us better understanding, help us grow, and put us on a path that we actually want. But if we never have the conversation, we stay stuck. So here's the takeaway: don't let things build up to the point that they explode. Take the time to process, make sure it needs to be addressed, and then have the conversation with intention, with respect, and a clear mind. Because the longer we wait to say something, the more it costs us. All right, hey, if this video helped you, do me a favor, like it and follow me for more. Please share this with someone who needs to hear it. If you're ready for coaching and you want help applying this to your life, visit igniteandgrowcoaching.com, book a free discovery call. And remember, ignite your spark, grow your success. I can't wait to see you in the next video.